Hello and welcome to episode 25 of the Something Something podcast with me, Dan.
And me, Kev.
As always. And we're very lucky today because we've got a special guest host with us.
We have indeed.
And that is Amy Stevenson.
Thanks guys. How are you?
We are very well.
Yeah, very, very good. Amy, if you want to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, because a lot of people might know who you are from this area of Hertfordshire, but people that don't might need a bit of background.
Okay, so apart from the one listener that might know who I am, because there's lots that probably don't, I am a host of Amy's Bubble podcast. I do some voiceover work. I like hosting events, but more importantly, I'm a businesswoman. I love horses. I've got my own horse and a bit of a music enthusiast.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so yeah.
Very busy then, very busy.
Busy, yes,
Yeah.
always busy. But
Yeah.
that, I think, I worked out yesterday is because I'm single and I don't want to get lonely. So I think, right, if I just keep myself busy all the time,
Makes
then
sense.
I
Yeah.
don't need to worry about being by myself.
Yeah, see, I'm always busy because I've got 3 kids, so yeah.
I'm alright.
You're alright, yeah, you don't
Fine.
have children yet, do you? So
Just got a house.
Dan, how old are your kids?
the twins are twins, yeah.
Oh, wow.
10 months old, and I've got a 3-year-old as well.
So you've got 2 10-month-old babies.
And a 3-year-old.
Oh my God, when do you sleep?
It doesn't.
Yeah. I'm just awake all the time.
Yeah, you are.
Bless you.
They wake up at about 5 or 6 in the morning, so it's not too bad. It's the early stages of baby, like up to 3 to 4 months old, where they're waking you at 3 in the morning for that bottle, and it's like, am I alive? Am I dead? I even fell down the stairs that time. I was like,
No.
Really?
going to get the milk, and I'm like, ooks-doosh. Yeah.
Where was the baby?
I'm not in my arms.
Oh, okay.
To carry it. I
Just
think
checking.
the funniest thing though is that they didn't intend to have 3.
Oh, really?
No. Well, we didn't know, did we? We
No,
moved out
no.
of Stevenage to Walmer Green.
Mm.
And
Oh, posh boy.
We, well, not that posh. And, yeah, we aimed to have another baby because that's why we got the 2-bedroom house. And then suddenly, behold, twins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing though. They say that twins kind of runs in the family, but it skips a generation.
Oh,
So
yeah,
are there
it's
twins
skipped.
in your family?
It's skipped.
There's no twins in any of our family.
Oh,
That's weird, isn't it?
It's just
Yeah.
crazy. It's just, I think it's got to start again somewhere.
Yeah.
So it started again now with me.
it's really good though that you do the feeds as well. So it's not just your wife that gets up in the middle of the night. You know, you're actually helping her and supporting her. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's got to be done. Otherwise, what would sort of husband/boyfriend would you be? Is that
Yeah.
you just get up, you do it. I'm not doing
You do that thing
anything.
where it's like, oh, is it my turn yet? And you just get up and then she's already going. So you just sit down again.
No, see now that's why you don't have children, Kev.
Yeah, it's true. I'm fine for the time being. I'm a lot younger than him, so
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm 25 at the moment.
And I'm
Yeah.
an old fart.
He's not far.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, so we're all kind of young.
I'm glad I don't look it.
No. So a friend of mine said something. She's just about to drop. She's just about to have a baby,
Yeah.
and her husband said we can't spend any more money because they've been buying baby stuff and the cot and the. You know, you can tell me from a guy's point of view. You just think, what do you think? You're going to have a baby and then you don't have to buy anything to go with it. It's like you need everything to go with the child. You can't just have a child and leave it on the floor. So he said, why are you still buying stuff? And her classic example, I just think is awesome, was my womb is worth rental money. This baby has rented a warmth in my womb for the last 9 months. The least, I reckon that's about $2,000. $2,000. I mean, what would we pay? £500 a month? $2,000 over 9 months is quite a good amount. So that's the budget.
It's true. Isn't it? But they're so expensive, aren't they? I guess you know now.
Oh, I
firsthand.
know. I am skinned.
But I think that's what puts me off for the time being as well, because you need so much security for them.
Yeah.
And you need to put money aside, and I just at the
You've
moment I'm good.
You've got to
I
be
like
stable.
having-
So are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I live with my girlfriend currently. We're
Okay.
rented.
How long have you been together?
We've been together 4 years.
Oh, well, you're not long off,
Yeah.
Kev. She's going to be
No.
pushing the button soon.
Yeah, I know, it's coming.
Bing, bing.
Yeah.
He's pushing me more than that. He's like, I want my friends to have a baby.
Yeah, none of my mates have any babies,
Yeah.
so I'm like the only dad out of all my friends, really.
Aw.
But
Like, yeah.
I said before I'm 30, I think that's like a benchmark. Like, I've got 5 years, and then
Yeah.
see how we go from there.
No, that sounds
I'll-
good. But are you going to do the whole proposing thing first?
Probably not.
Not fussed about that?
Not really. That could change, but
Yeah, I did it the arse way around as well. I did it like babies first, wedding never.
Oh, well, you never want to get married?
You're engaged,
we
aren't
did,
you?
yeah, we were engaged,
Yeah.
but the wedding, I'm happy to go to a registry office, and go to the pub afterwards.
low key.
But
Yeah.
she wants the slap up deal.
High.
She wants the 5 to 7 grand wedding, horse and carriage, church, you name it. I'm like,
It's expensive.
Well,
isn't it?
this is the thing. Girls start thinking about weddings, even if they say they don't. They do start thinking about it at a young age. They kind of not have an idea what they want in their heads. But it doesn't always need to cost 5 to 7 grand. You can do it. You can do it on a budget. Yeah.
the registry office. Yeah, I'm coming now.
Why don't you sign up
For
for,
the bit of
Don't Tell the
paper.
Bride?
Yeah, Don't Tell the Bride on BBC Three.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, I'll ring them up. I reckon that's a little bit fixed though, isn't
I
it?
think it's fixed. Do you think it's... Did you watch that?
I don't think it's fixed. I think the guys
Do you not?
really don't have a clue.
Yeah, but surely they would have a discussion about, we've applied for the show. Right, this is what I want. I
Yeah,
want
they
the
must
dress.
talk it. And
Okay.
I don't know. I think they get married first, and then they get this money. So they're already married. They've had their wedding, and they get the money, and then they do this other wedding. It was not really a real wedding. I don't know. That's kind of how I see it, because they mess up a lot.
But that's guys for you, isn't it? I mean, come on. Okay, if you were to sit down and have a conversation with your girlfriend now and say, what do you want out of a wedding? Do you really think you'd remember by 6 months' time, by the time they pick you?
No.
You're not going to have a clue what dress she wants.
No idea.
I think they just naturally mess up.
That's what I'm saying, but yeah, she did tell me what type of dress I think I only remember the colour. No, I don't even remember the colour.
Oh,
That's
no.
so bad. That's
Oh,
just
yeah, I'd have to
typical.
write
But
it down.
it was talked about like 2 years ago. I haven't really mentioned it since, so it
you
has
know-
to be refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is though now I don't think it matters. It used to really matter if you got married. You had to get married before you have children.
Yeah.
And now I think times have changed because it's like, you can have kids and it's quite nice to have them at the wedding actually.
Yeah, I think it's whatever feels right as well. If you just want to have kids first, and maybe think, oh, let's get married after that. I guess it, like you said, I think aren't so planned nowadays, and you just go with it. And if that's what happens, that's what happened first. And I think that's the way I would go. Would be to have kids first, and then maybe that might change your mind about marriage in the future.
Maybe.
Change your mind. That sounds
Change your
like
mind.
you've decided you don't want to get married.
Yeah, I kind of have. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your reasons for not getting married?
I don't know. I think it's just because I guess now more than ever, so many are going wrong. And in terms of the idea of having kids first, I guess because at least you've got that foundation, you've got the kids.
Yeah, but you can't have kids and think that you're not
Yeah.
going to last together
No,
in a
I
marriage.
guess so.
Like,
But I mean, her argument as well is that she want the same surname
Yes.
as the kids as well, and I guess that is the valid point. And I didn't know as well that if anything happens, like you can't do anything as a next of kin because you're not married.
yeah, absolutely.
So you can't arrange the funeral. You can't do anything like that as well. Like if anything was to happen,
To who?
like for your spouse.
If you're not married, then you don't legally have
No.
rights.
Okay, yeah.
So that
Unless you stick
that
with
thinking of
solicitors
that,
and
like
do
kind
something
of
in that area.
But that's getting quite heavy.
yeah, it's fits it.
In your girlfriend's defence, I think you should marry her. If
Oh.
she's the one, and you
We'll
know
see.
that if you want to have children with her, and you love her enough to have children with her, then I think you love her enough to be with her.
Yeah, you got a good point.
If you don't, then you don't have kids with her. That's my single advice, because I'm not even in a relationship, so I can't actually speak.
We'll see how
Yeah.
things pan out.
Yeah, going on to other stuff that we usually talk about.
Oh yeah.
Have you found anything that's trending on the old Reddit or
I haven't been
anything?
looking at. Do you know
What's-
what Reddit? Do you use Reddit? Do you know what Reddit is?
Well, I went on Reddit for the first time the other
Okay.
day, and I've heard about Reddit and people use Reddit. I found it a bit confusing.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole BuzzFeed thing because that's easy. It's laid out. Reddit,
Yeah,
couldn't
all over
work
the
out.
place.
Yeah, what I was supposed to read and what was popular. And apparently, if it's popular, it's at the top and it's got a little
Yeah,
arrow by it.
right.
And then if it's not popular, is this right? It drops down.
Yeah, pretty much. It's called like the front page of the internet. So
Yeah.
all the things that people click on and like is what's on the front page. But you can also have your own category. So if you like films, you can have a film category,
Okay.
a funny category, etc. There's loads in there. There's loads.
There's so much
There's
stuff.
loads on there.
Okay. What's on Reddit then?
The section we like to look at is called Today I Learned.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it's different things that people learn on a day-to-day basis, and then they teach you what they've learned, I guess, because even I'm like, wow, I've learned something new today.
Yeah.
So this is one of them. Today I learned blowjob used to be called below job in Victorian England, but shortened to blowjob over time. So I'm just imagining old Victorian England, like a below job. But it's almost like all they've taken out is what?
Just the word, just 2 letters, isn't it?
Yeah, below job. And not
one letter.
taking out the E.
One letter.
Yeah, one letter.
That's
That's with my maths there.
It used to be called below job. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah,
It's funny, the
that most
accent.
recent one.
Other things I noticed on there. Here we go. Today I learned that Napoleon was actually 5'7", an average male height at the time, and his shortness was propaganda used by the British that still believe today.
That's rubbish.
Fair enough.
That's very good marketing.
5'7", that is.
That's
under 6
average
foot.
height, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
that average?
I'm 5'9".
What's the average female height? 5.
About 5'4", 5'5".
Is that what you are, Amy?
I don't know. I've been 5'3" for years, and then I just haven't measured it. But I actually think I'm about 5'5".
5'5". Well,
Yeah.
That's about the same
reasonable.
as Kylie Minogue. Yeah, she's
No, she's 4'5".
No, she's like a
Kylie
midget.
Minogue's tiny.
She's Hobbit. She's Hobbit
Is she? I
size.
thought she was 5 foot something.
No, she's like tiny.
She's amazing though. Like
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
just
I
looks
love her.
phenomenal. I mean, blimey, if I could look like that at her age, she's done well.
How old is she now? She's like
She's
this.
50 something, isn't she?
Yeah.
56, maybe.
Tell you what, like recently, like older women are looking better, aren't they? Like for their, like Jennifer Aniston, like she looks amazing.
Well,
Like,
what Jennifer Aniston's done is she's actually held her age.
Yeah.
So the work that the celebrities are having now, because do you know that one of our businesses is medical clinic? So it's the Botox and fillers
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
fat removal and stuff like that. So what they're doing is they're holding their look by having little bits of work done to them, rather than like what they used to years ago was when they got to 60, they'd have the reverse facelift to make them look 10 years younger. Now it's, can they stay looking 30 or stay looking 40 when they're 50 and 60? And I think Jennifer Aniston's done it amazingly well.
yeah, she has. Yeah, definitely.
But even guys get it done now. You guys could,
Guys?
start thinking about your look. Yeah.
Jessica Kay uses Botox.
Who
Jeremy Kyle.
does it?
Yeah.
Loads of
admitted it.
people do.
Yeah,
All
it's
of
like it's a bit of a vanity thing. I know it's a bit like controversial because he's all
I
like,
can't imagine using that stuff. I can't.
Well,
It's
why can't
sticky.
you imagine it?
I don't know. I just don't know the idea of it. Like.
You know what it is? I think it's the fear. I think everyone's kind of scared.
Yeah.
But actually, it's the fear because so many people have been doing it so badly over the years
Yeah,
that they've
true.
been giving you that real fake frozen look.
yeah, the
Exactly. That makes you look like surprised. I've seen people that are like laughing and they don't move their eyebrows or they're frowning and
that's weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
like plastic stiffness.
Yeah, it's like I can't tell if any emotion
No
you're
emotion.
putting on.
Exactly. But for like guys like you and me, I use my face a lot to express everything. I mean,
Yeah.
they say you can see what you're thinking because it's written all over your face. That's true for me. And but having a little bit every now and again just lifts your face a little bit without having the frozen look. It's really clever, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I've learned something new today.
Yeah, that's it.
From that.
Like, we just learned
There you go. Stick it on Reddit.
Yeah, put it on Reddit.
Yeah,
Wow.
today I learned that Botox is it just use it in small portions.
Small portions.
Otherwise, it'll kill you.
Yeah, I think that's
It
just,
won't.
there's always stigma, though, isn't there, with these things? Like, I think that's why people have this agenda against it, don't they? Like, oh, it's a bad thing. Only but I guess nowadays it's not really. If you use it in dribs and drabs, maybe we can get away with it.
It's all about, it's just about being careful with it, isn't
Yeah.
it? Not having too much and making sure that you see a reputable person because there's so many dodgy people. Because actually, did you know, this will scare you, it's not regulated.
Oh, really?
So you don't actually need to be a doctor or nurse.
Oh yeah.
But you do have to be a doctor or a nurse prescriber to actually get hold of the product.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't mean to say the people that are injecting
Yeah, could be
actually are
anyone.
qualified.
Yeah, could be anyone.
So we've made sure we've only got doctors and nurses that are actually doing it in the salon because we want to make sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
So is it busy then? That you're...
Yeah, it is. We've got a salon, and
Yeah.
in the salon we do the hair, and we've got the spa, and then we have the medical clinic as well. What we wanted to do was basically make everything under one roof, just to make it easier for women. So rather than what you used to do is go to what? Look, your guys are not going to be interested. I can see you phasing out. I'm not even going to talk about beauty anymore.
I was interested. I was listening.
Come on, let's talk about games. Right? Okay, Call of
No.
Duty. I can play that.
You play games. You play Call of Duty. That's good.
Yeah,
anymore,
no, that's
but I
fine.
can.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Do you have a PlayStation 4?
No.
What one do you have?
Xbox.
I used to have a really old Xbox.
A really old one.
Yeah.
So the original one.
Original first
Yeah.
Xbox.
I think I had a third generation. It was a white one. Like I had the white one when everyone else had the black one. The black one had just
it had
come
to
out.
go
It's really
different.
cool.
I didn't even know there was a white version, actually. I've learned something new again.
Yeah,
It
another
should be a-
Reddit.
Look at that, gamers. A white Xbox One.
Xbox.
I didn't even know about.
So what games did you play on this Xbox?
That was the only one.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean,
I quite like that.
That's good. Are you good at it?
well,
Not now. I
Quite a
was
lot.
then, but then all these. I tried to do the whole online thing for a bit, where people would talk to you, and they ended up shouting at me and going, "You're a girl. You don't know
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
taking it
doing."
really seriously
They
online.
get, yeah, so aggressive. What do you like to play?
I'm a mixture. I like shooting games, fighting games, football. I play FIFA. You heard of FIFA?
Yes, I've heard of FIFA.
yeah, of course. It's on telly as well, funny enough.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Women are joining it actually now, aren't they? Women's football's actually joining FIFA for the next game.
Really?
And they've got it's the first time ever a women in football is going to be in the front of the actual game disc as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Women are becoming popular in sport.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're
Yeah.
getting better at it. So the football game,
Ronda Rousey, UFC. You heard of
yeah.
her? Heard of Ronda
No,
Rousey?
my brother was. I think he was on a game. I think he was a professional rugby player, and
really?
I think he
Rugby?
was on a rugby game. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember him sending me a photo, going, "Look, my name," and I was like, "Oh, well done."
My name.
Yeah, it was good. I think it was about 5 years ago. He was, when you can pick players, I guess, like on FIFA,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
pick, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mostly play.
okay, so what do your girlfriends do when you're playing games? Because I don't play anymore. Like, I've got my horse now, so I'm outside in the field. But surely, do they get a bit fed up?
No.
It's harder for me, I suppose, because I've got the missus and the kids now.
Yeah,
so I'm not on
you're
it
busy.
as much as my friends or my brother. They're always like banging on, come online. No, I've got children, do you understand? Yeah, but surely they can just be put down. No, they can't.
Put down, sleep on the side.
That sounds a bit out of
There
order,
you go,
doesn't it?
there.
No, you can't just leave them. You can't
they
tranquilise them. They're all human beings and they need attention. So I can only play at a certain time, like between 9 o'clock at night until 11 or something. Oh, I've stopped by then. Well, how about you change your schedule and do it with me? Come and meet me online instead of moaning that I'm not coming online. You know I've got kids and stuff, but I only can play like the shooting games. So I can't get into in-depth games anymore because
There's
the
a
ones you
time.
spend hours on, I'm like,
Takes-
oh god, I don't have time for
Yeah.
that. I just need something to go in there, bang bang. Yeah, I'm coming. All right.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, if I need to go and tend to the babies, I can just pause it or log out. But that's pretty much.
Yeah, so you
what-
have a reason. I tend to play it when she's sleeping, like she goes to bed. Because I don't go to bed early. I'm like a night owl. I stay up late.
Okay, yeah.
So she's in bed by sometimes like 9:30. So
Aw.
I'm up. I don't know. I don't play it every night, but I'll just play it when she's in bed.
It's so funny. You sound like you're talking about an addiction. You're like, I only take
Yeah.
Coke once every now and again
Yeah.
when the kids aren't there.
Quite
And then there's Kev
sadistic.
going, well, I have to wait until she's asleep. And then I just sneak out the PlayStation 4.
Go into the gaming
Yeah.
room.
It's just the man cave.
Tell them I'm just watching a film.
Every bloke
Really.
wants a man cave.
Yeah, it's alright actually. I quite like it.
To be fair, I'd love a man cave. I mean,
Yeah,
they
it's
get everything. They
pretty
get the comfiest sofas. They get the refrigerator. They get the
I've only
big
got,
widescreen
only got
TV.
like a beach chair at the moment.
the beach chair.
This thing here.
Oh.
It's meant for the beach, but yeah, I'll get a proper one soon.
Is this your man cave in progress?
Yes, sort of.
So
You're a
just
little-
people know what's around. So in your man cave, Kev, you have a
Yes.
beach chair. You have
Chair.
you and Dan are sat on the floor.
Yeah,
That's
I've
right.
got a
Damn it!
TV,
You figured that one out.
TV right in front of me with the PlayStation 3 and all the games.
And then behind I can see a cardboard box.
That's actually that's a mirror. It's a massive mirror we haven't actually been using.
Oh, have you just moved in?
We've been in for about 5 months, but we got that free.
So this is a man job that
Yeah.
she asked for 5 months ago and is still in the cupboard.
I just gonna leave it there for a time.
Aw.
But no, it's massive, and we've already got a long mirror in the bedroom anyway, so it's kind of about where
Oh,
to put it.
have you?
Yeah, well, it came with the house, so.
Okay.
And which you can't see is a wardrobe with all my clothes in. I've got my own wardrobe, which is good.
Yeah.
So
I've
it's
got mine as
basic.
well.
Have you? So it's like your dressing room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
Dressing-
normally women, the spare room, that is the dressing room for women.
Yeah, I told her I'm having my own gaming room, and that was it. Really. She was
Okay.
fine with that. She was okay with
yeah, I
that.
would
She
love
sounds
that.
awesome.
Yeah, she's alright.
If I had the luxury of that, then I would have it. But I've only got, obviously, the 3-bed house now. Back in Stevenage, because I moved last weekend.
He's moving again.
Was it last weekend?
It was, no, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, because last weekend we did our... Yeah.
What did you
Yeah,
do
to-
last weekend?
How did you move the washing machine?
Yeah, oh, yeah, the washing machine that cut your hand.
Yeah.
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 So you guys like best friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're pretty much there.
he's alright.
When?
It's all right.
How did you meet?
Work.
Work.
Yeah, we worked together for a little bit.
Slowly work, yeah. He was, what, how long were you there for when I joined?
I was there for 4 years. And
So I've been
when
there
you
for
joined,
5.
it was about 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long have you known each other?
About 5 now.
5 years now, yeah.
Yeah, 5 years.
Since I started work. So.
Yeah, since like 2010.
Yeah, but I don't. It's one of the things you don't really know how you actually start talking to each other because I have no idea how I initiate any
It's just
conversation
like
with him.
hi, and then what was it, Facebook or something, and then it goes
Yeah, now we
from
play badminton every week and
Oh, really?
do this as well. And
Yeah. So
go
when
around
did you
this-
when did you decide to start doing a podcast?
Good question. I don't actually remember that.
Yeah, we just decided to do
we
it.
started doing it.
We were just like, let's do a podcast. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
And talk about anything random and awesome and
Yeah.
people in there.
I
are
don't
awesome.
even know how it came about. I was around, he was watching films, and then he was like, "We should do a podcast." I was like, "Yeah, I'll be up for that." I've listened to podcasts, so I thought,
What do you listen to? Which ones do you like?
some wrestlers that
Okay.
still kind of wrestle, but so they interview other wrestlers as well and musicians and things like that. So that's kind of what I listen to. And yeah, so I thought I never thought about doing one, but we get on quite well and have a bit of a laugh. So
I
Yeah.
listen to quite a
And I'm
few,
doing it.
don't I? I
you listen
I'm
to your
on-
one.
Yeah.
Do you? Mine's more for women.
Well, I'd
know.
like to hear yours. Oh. I'm giving it away.
I think Graham
It's
makes
coming
it
out.
manly. Yeah.
No, I think because Graham's on it as well, and he's
Yeah.
got his opinion, and yeah, they both talk a lot on there, especially Graham.
So what,
I think
I-
okay, so Graham and I get on really well. We've known each other for a really long time. So I started. He's actually been my mentor over the years. So when I first started in radio, do you want to know the whole story of how I started?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
we
tell
love
us.
this bit of background.
So I had a boyfriend who I said one day I wanted to work in radio. I saw the radio station over there, and we're talking. I was 17, so I'm 30 now. It's quite a few years ago.
yeah.
And he said, "You'll never be able to work for them." And I was like, "Really? Why do you say that?" And he was like, "Oh, they're a radio station. Like, that's like a really tough job to get." So I thought, bugger you. I dropped him off at judo.
Yeah.
I've dropped him off at judo and went over to the guys at the radio station and said, "Look, I really want to work for you." And I was lucky because the manager was stood there at the time and he was like, "Oh, okay, bring in your CV." Well, I'd never written a CV. I was still at school. So I was like, put together the CV, took it in the next day and said, "I really want to work for you. I know I've got no experience, but I want to learn. Teach me everything." So I went in for a trial. And that was it. I got the job, which was awesome. So I got the job as one of the promotional crew
Okay.
to start with, and then bit by bit over a year worked really hard for nothing because the radio industry just decides to pay people pittance like nothing.
Is it bad then? I don't know what it's like.
It's so many people want to be in radio that at
I
the
do.
time they'll literally I was working 3 jobs. So I was doing
Wow.
just started my I was in my A levels and I was working 3 jobs as well because I really wanted to do it. So basically I got the job. So I worked my way up and then the boss went and Graham Mack came along, who was this very well-known guy. It was down south, and he was known for being very controversial. And we got on really well. And eventually, I worked my way up to be on the breakfast show with him, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So over the years, he's been he's like so experienced.
Yeah.
He's been an amazing mentor. And then I ended up coming to Bob FM in Hertfordshire, which is obviously where you guys
I
live.
listened to that.
Did you?
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
And that was awesome. And after basically, it's been tough, don't get me wrong. Radio stations have shut down. I've been made redundant 3 times and had to just kind of keep going. And then I had a phone call from Graham saying, do you want to come and apply for a job up here? And I actually said, don't be ridiculous, Graham. I haven't done it for years. Like I had 8 years out of the radio industry. And he said, I think you should come and apply. So I did. And I got the job. I was very lucky.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then we found this podcasting thing, which is amazing because there's no rules and there's no Ofcom regulations. And as long as you don't say anything too bad about somebody else, you can pretty much say whatever you want.
Yeah. Which I think it's a really good outlet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good platform to just get your word out, be yourself.
Yeah.
It's like your own little mini radio station in a way.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
But you can still connect with your people that listen. I mean, at the end of the day, they're the number one people because they're the ones that keep you going.
Yeah.
Thanks, fans. But yeah, that's why I was like semi-starstruck when I first spoke to Amy. I was like, you want to come on our podcast? Yes.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
No, yeah, because I always listened to when she was on Bob FM in Hertfordshire. So I was like, yeah, this is really cool.
Thank you.
Speaking of Bob FM, have they actually worked out what that sound is yet? Do you know what it is?
Have they not worked out the sound yet?
Do you know what it is?
No. I wasn't allowed to know.
No,
Oh, really?
It's only apparently Graham that knows it.
It is Graham that knows it, yeah.
Never mind.
I'm really intrigued. I want to know. I mean,
It's
pot
gone
must
right
be
up
massive
now.
now.
Yeah, it's
the
massive
prize
pot.
to win it.
But people keep saying the same things, and I went on it once.
He went on it.
And Amy tried to back me up, actually.
Were you a caller? Did I speak to you? I
You
think
did,
I kind of remember.
And he said he sounded like he was hinting to me on the phone.
Oh, Dan, I remember you. And
You do remember.
I gave you a second chance.
But Graham was like, no, I'm not giving him a second chance. He's like going off on one. I was like, oh, mate. But he sounded like on the phone. When I rang up, he was like, right, okay, yeah. So, like, on the sly, like, don't say stapler. It's already been said, you know the rules. I wasn't going to say stapler anyway, because that's been said 1,000 times by now. But I said it like an idiot. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what? And then Amy was like, is he joking? Did he just say that? I was like, yeah, I didn't. And Amy was like, you didn't mean to say that, did you? Like, she's trying to actually give me a second chance there and then. Yeah. I was like, no, I've got my actual answer, which I still haven't used to this day.
Have you even not?
No.
So,
and I'm not telling. You might bring them up and it might be the right one.
Yeah, I'll give you half the money.
Half the money, yeah, but what if Amy rings up and pretends
Split it 3 ways. We'll split it 3 ways.
I do remember that, Dan.
And then she went, oh, he's on Twitter. He said it sounded like you made hinted. And then he was like, no, next caller. And I was like,
When he told me, I was cracking up. That was hilarious. I was like,
I put it down on the whole day.
I was like, other people said stapler already. Is that what you said?
Everybody, Kev.
Everybody
has guessed stapler. And the most ridiculous thing, as we kept saying, it's not stapler. It's not a hole punch.
I didn't even listen to your show often, and I knew that it wasn't stapler.
No, but before that, I didn't know. And then I thought, it was when it was really low budget. It was like 250 quid or 400 quid at the time. So not many callers then.
Yeah, it was more than that.
You lie, Dan. You lie. It was like 1,400. It was up quite a bit. And we'd had a guest. We had loads of guesses of stapler. So we'd literally done this whole bit on how not to say a stapler. And then Dan phones up and says, is it a stapler?
What have you been on another show as well? Another radio show as a guest? Not as a guest, but as a phone-in.
Oh, I like getting in on radios. I'm like, yeah, I'm the coolest.
What was the topic? What was?
It was, do you agree with having dogs around young babies and children?
That's it.
And I was like, there's a lot of people going, no, I don't agree with it. But I went on there, I was like, yeah, I agree with it. And Jonathan was like, but why do you agree with it? And I was like, well, I've had dogs all my life, like from when I was a young boy, and it's all about educating the person, isn't it, really? Like, to train the dog and make it part of the family, not shove it in a room and in a cage and stuff. And he was like, but what about when you go and pick up the dogs from school? And I'm like, well, you take the dog with you, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
He really like questioned.
I really went on to it, and he shut up for quite a lot. But at the end, he's like, "But you just can't leave them. It's just they're the descendants of the wolf."
I think
and all this.
he didn't have kids, did he? But he was making it obvious that you can't do both. You can't have dogs and can't have kids at the same time. That's what he was trying to say. And Dan was saying, like, yes, you can. Yeah, people were saying you
Do you
can't.
know what you should have said? Yeah, I kept my dog with the kid. I don't have the kid anymore, but the dog's all right.
Yeah, dog's fine.
I think it's because
dog's well fed.
The news articles at the time was all about the bites from
Oh, I
dogs.
know. It was bad. To be fair, there were a lot of dangerous dogs out there, and there are a lot of
You
dangerous
have to
dogs.
be careful. You do have to be careful.
You've got to remember that they are animals.
Yeah.
But as long as you protect your children and make sure that everybody's safe, then you can have them.
I don't think you can never fully train an animal.
No, it's educating, but I
You haven't met my horse. Fully train animals. Yes, you can.
Well,
Yeah, but hang on a minute. Didn't you say, what I read the other day, it was on Facebook or something, you said he keeps rearing up and backing up into a ditch or something?
No, not rearing. He doesn't rear.
Not rear, what was it? Just moving backwards?
Yeah, he was moving back. He decided, so he's become a teenager, and he's beautiful, my horse. He's 16 hands, which is really big, and he's black, and he's a Frisian. If you think of the, you were saying that your girlfriend would like to have horses and horse and carriage at the wedding. Quite often you get big black horses that pull carts, like for funerals and weddings, and they're the Frisians.
Okay,
So that's what he's like. So he's quite extravagant, but he's only a youngster. And he had an injury a couple of years ago, just before I bought him. I didn't know he had an injury. I bought him and found out he actually was really ill. And so we've had like a 2-year recovery process, rehabilitation. So I've only just started riding him again. So he's basically a baby.
Right, okay.
Makes
Yeah.
sense then.
So he's 6, but he's had 2 years off, and he started being ridden when he was 4 and only got ridden for 3 months. So he's a real youngster. So he's been amazing. He's been really good. But the other day he decided he wanted to be a teenager, and I wanted to go left and he wanted to go right. So he went backwards into a ditch. And that was his way. Yeah. So yeah, they are, you can train them, but they are animals. They have their moments.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, of course.
I think people say, I don't know a lot about horses, but some people are like, oh, they've got no like feelings and stuff like that. Like they think they're just like a dumb animal or something. I've heard, but I'm like, no, they're not. They're like dogs and stuff. They do have feelings and things.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
got to treat them right, because they can get like. Did you see that thing online the other day? The dog that was like crying.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The puppies.
It
No,
was saved. It was rescued. It was a dog that had puppies, and a woman had rescued it,
Oh, okay.
and she fed it, and they were all safe. And I am not kidding. This dog had tears. It was crying.
I was like, oh my god, I've never seen that before
Really?
myself. I was like, wow.
They know. Blackjack.
Yeah, they do,
Blackjack was beaten. Okay, that's how I found out he had an injury. He came from dealers, and they beat the hell out of him. And I only found out because when I started riding him, because they made him look beautiful for me to buy him,
Yeah,
and then when I started riding him, he had this injury. And so I took him to this professor lady and said, we need to find out what's wrong. Something's not right with him. And she said his injury was so severe that his 3 ligaments in his front leg have wrapped around each other. So where he'd had the injury and nobody had helped him, his body had tried to heal itself. And she said, you'll never be able to ride him again. So she said, put him down.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a horrible way to put those animals down as well.
He was a baby and he was so loving. So I said to her, will he be okay living in a field? Is he in pain? And she said, well, I'm callous, but if you want to spend the money, then yeah, he'll be fine in a field. So I phoned my other vet, who's quite, I love him. He's quite dry and he doesn't deal with women very well. And I'm quite overly emotional at times. So I'm crying on the phone to him going, oh my God, like they've told me to put him down, but he's not in pain in the field. What am I going to do? Da, da, da. And he said, put him in a field, just let him rest for 2 years. We'll do a bit of rehabilitation and see how you get on.
Yeah.
2 years later, they said, he's so much better. You can get back on his back and try building up muscle to see if we can get some strength. So I'm riding him again.
That's really good.
That's
Come on,
what-
way.
So, but they do know. The point is, he was different. He knows that he's loved. I don't know
Yeah.
how to explain it.
Yeah.
But he knows. He knows when he has children on his back, and he knows that he's loved and cared for, and he's got that trust.
So when you first got him, was he quite timid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, really.
Oh, he's petrified.
Really?
He was petrified of anything. You go near his back and he'd shake and he'd jump. And another one is my parents have got this new puppy and it's a cockapoo. It's very, very cute. You know, cockapoo? Cockapoo.
Cockapoo?
Yeah. So it's a cocker spaniel. It's
a poodle cockapoo.
It's a cockapoo. It's a cocker. It's a cocker spaniel crossed with a poodle.
Yeah. Oh my god!
They're known for having the kind of gun dog trait of being well trained, but having the love and security and loyalty of a poodle. And they found him by accident because they were supposed to go and see somebody else. And as they were heading up north somewhere, the lady phoned and said, "I'm sorry, the dog's been sold." So they found another thing on their way home on Gumtree and heard that some dogs were being sold at this place. And when they turned up, they were selling these other dogs, and Mum saw some kids kicking this little dog around, and it was so scared. It was literally such a baby. He was so scared. He was hiding under a car, shaking. He was covered in oil. So Mum was like, "We're having that one. I don't care what you say, we're having that one." And he was the run to the litter and he'd never been fed. So they took him to the vets, and the vet didn't think that he was going to survive and wouldn't inject him because he was so underweight. So they spent 2 weeks like making him better, and they gave him a bath and trying to get him to eat little bits. And now he is amazing. He knows he's loved. He just a confident little puppy. I could talk about it for ages.
You've got a passion about that, and that's really good. And I love people that.
The idea of people taking in a pet, and like, especially, I hate hearing stories on Facebook about dogs being beaten and being left for dead, and it really makes you angry. Like you're sort of on.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, what it does to a dog is beyond belief, isn't it? Really, like in terms of emotionally as well, and how it can trust and have an owner as well. Yeah, you proved that it can happen. Like it can actually.
I just think
find a loving home, and
it can. And I just think though, there's those people that do that to animals have got serious psychological issues and anger issues, and probably not very happy with themselves because they've got to take it out on a defenseless animal. But I was really lucky to meet some amazing people down the road from you that are at the rescue centre.
Kimpton.
Yes, Blue Cross Rehoming Centre.
That's where we got Fred from.
Is it? They're awesome, aren't they? Good.
Yeah, they're really good down there, and that's where we got our Fred, our Jack Russell. He was called Rio, but we renamed him Fred because our original Fred died.
Oh.
Actually, that's a sad story, but that's not for another day. But we named him Fred, and I haven't got any animals anymore because they've all passed on.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of pets, but we're in a rented home anyway, so I don't think we're allowed dogs here. But you go really attached to them. It's the idea of if something happened to them. I don't know if I could hope
they do become part of the family.
You do, become family, and at the end of the day, they are going to go at some point, and it's kind of like you've grown this bond with them, and then all of a sudden they're not there, and it's.
Oh man!
But everything's going to go at some point.
It does, yeah, and I guess that's the other side of it as well. It's like, would you rather have that and experience it, or not really? But
absolutely.
When I'm older.
I forget you're a baby. You're a baby, Kev.
I've got a long while yet.
He doesn't want responsibility.
Get some fish.
Oh my days! I'm going to move on to something light.
Okay. It's been quite heavy, isn't it? Do you want to hear what I found?
Yeah, you can find if you found some bits.
I found that Tinder has had a go at Vanity Fair because there was a feature about Tinder. Did you hear about this?
Oh, tell us.
Go on. Yeah.
So Vanity Fair wrote it was like a 20-page article. You know Vanity Fair magazine?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, they wrote like a 20-page article on Tinder and basically claiming that many of the people that use the Tinder service are actually secretly married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Now, me neither. So as someone who actually is on Tinder...
I was going to ask you if you were, but I don't know if I was...
Or was that free one talking?
Are you on Tinder?
I know. But
advertising itself now to everyone who uses Tinder.
Don't
watch out.
If you listen to the podcast, you'll hear
Watch out, that's a bit rude.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm telling Amy to watch out. She's going to get bundled.
Oh, okay,
stuff.
I don't know. I've had some pretty freaky, crazy people already, so it's not working out very well for me.
What actually? So I sort of know how it works. I've never used it, but So you swipe left and swipe.
It's just a picture. It's just exactly the same as any other dating site. Yeah, it's just picture comes up with a bit of information about them. If you like them, you swipe yes. If you don't, then you swipe no.
It's vain then, isn't it?
It is really vain.
Shallow as well.
Yes, it is. However, when you don't see anybody or meet any, like in my world's actually quite isolated, because although I see a lot of people every day, I can't see anybody that I could have a potential relationship with. And, you know, the horse world in England, if I was in America, I'd be surrounded.
In the horse world nowadays?
Yeah, well, they all like women. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. And in America, it'd be amazing because I'd be surrounded by manly cowboys. But in the UK, yeah. So you got to do. No one
could see what I was doing then, but I was doing a lasso. Hey.
You got to do what you got to do, and if that means going on Tinder.
So have you had any success so far on Tinder?
No.
It's how long have you been on Tinder for?
I'd say about 3 months, and the only thing I've had is one guy asked me if I want to go on a date, and it turned out, because I had to he started being a bit weird, and I thought I just need to do a bit of research on you.
Describe weird.
He only had, I think it was like 55 Facebook friends, which isn't normally an issue, but there were no, like on Facebook, you expect to have pictures with your family and with friends, and his was all his art. He did self-portrait art, and and there was no pictures of his family or friends or anything. The only picture of him on his Facebook was the same pictures on his Tinder profile. Anyway, to cut a long story short, it was just odd. There were just a few things that were a bit odd. So I thought, well, I'll start doing some research. And then he told me he was a teacher, but he also had a personal training business. And I found out he had a personal training business for 3 months and then it shut down. And there were just things that just didn't add up. So I did one little Google name, and the first thing that came up was a news article from a location just down the road from where he lived, saying that, and it said his name had been in court for having assault on another patient at a mental hospital.
So he's a mental guy anyway.
And he'd been moved to Broadmoor Hospital.
How the hell did he have a phone then?
Because he's now left Broadmoor Hospital, moved to...
He escaped?
No, I don't know. But moved to where the area that I live in Dorset.
Yeah.
Yeah, and isn't in Broadmoor anymore. But yeah, he could have been a psycho. And then when I started questioning him, he deleted his profile.
Weird.
You've got to be careful with people online.
You do have to be careful.
At least you've done your research. You've done well.
No, that was really good, actually. Yeah. Did you have more bits, or was that...
If I have it... Oh no, I've got loads.
Anyway, back to the article. You didn't say
sorry.
Yeah.
So the article, Vanity Fair, is basically saying that there is a huge percentage of people that are on this site that are actually married, which I can totally get, because there are so many guys on there that are like casual, just for fun. And I'm like, I'm not saying that the first date I'm going to go on, I'm going to marry you. I'm not saying that at all, but it would be nice to just meet new people and get to know them, kind of thing. Because you're not going to meet someone out in a bar now, are you?
Well, you can, but it'd be...
Not down here, you can't. They're all 18.
Coming on to my rant.
Yeah. Very studenty. Anyway, so the point is, Tinder actually fought back to Vanity Fair on Twitter, and they started...
Twitter war.
Yeah, absolutely. Saying that it wasn't right. They said the survey that's incorrect. If you're interested in having a factual conversation, we're here, it said. And then it said, at Vanity Fair, little known fact, sex was invented in 2012 when Tinder was launched. So did you know that in London, Tinder became known as a sex site?
Yeah. Which that's how it started, wasn't it? Really, it was.
That's what I thought it was anyway.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah, I always
it's
that
not.
Was it.
It's not anymore. It was for a while.
Now it's dating app.
But now it's a dating one. Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be on a sex site.
No, I meant just for like people.
Yeah, to people
blokes that use it. Go on there just for sex, in my opinion. A majority of them might go. I've got a bird already. Like you say, like I've got a wife, and I want to go on Tinder and look for a bit.
So I literally thought it was like left, right, and that's it. Boom. If both like each other, that's it. Like it's on, sort of.
No. If you both like each other, you match, and it says you match, and then you can message each other. But I'm sure there are people out there that do use it just for sex, but I can kind of dwindle those out. And
I always found online dating really weird. I never used it, but I don't know.
Have you ever dated anyone online?
Don't judge, Kev. Don't judge.
I was on Plenty of Fish when I was like 18. 19. And it's weird. You get some white weirdos talking, and it's kind of like, what do you say? Like, because we don't want to bombard your profile with everything about what you do, because I think for me that's the whole point of the conversation, meeting someone and talking about yourself. And the last thing you want to do is, you don't go to watch a film knowing everything about it, like, do you? So
Yeah, but don't forget times of change. Yeah, no, you're right. You don't want to put too much in your profile, but you want to put a bit to see if you've got similar interests.
Yeah.
But there are some people that will use it for sex. There are some people that will probably, no doubt, the assholes that have affairs. You know, you just have to push those out and say, no, that's not the sort of person that I'm interested in. However, times have changed so much and our lives are so busy that we've got to find other ways to meet people.
It's more acceptable nowadays, isn't it? With people meeting each other online, and
yes,
I think so. I think it's more like, I could never imagine, like, if I was to get married and it was with someone I met online, I couldn't imagine starting off the speech saying, oh, I met so and so online, she had a lovely photograph.
You don't. You lie. You say I met her in a bar.
You must have to, yeah.
I think I had quite a lot of online relationships before my current partner.
Actual online, or like?
No, I met
distance?
them up and stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the furthest, did I ever tell you that?
No, you didn't. No.
The furthest I went was Scotland.
Jesus.
What, to meet somebody?
Yeah.
That's
and
a
she
trek.
met me at Edinburgh Airport. I flew from Luton, and I met her at Edinburgh Airport. And this all contributed me going bankrupt when I was 21 because I was spending just tons of money. Just took me for a ride.
What
really,
happened? Okay, so you met her online, and what, did you start speaking to her first?
Yeah, it was on actually the shut down now website, ukchat.com.
Okay.
And it was like, it was really old school chat system. A bit like, I can't describe it.
Basic.
Like an old forum.
Like a Microsoft chat thing. But it was all live, and you had like moderators in there and stuff. And I met her on there, and then I was like the MSN king back then.
Emotions and winky faces.
I was like, add me on MSN. You know, that was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Everyone adding each other on MSN. So once you was on MSN, you can get to know them a bit more away from the chat room. And I was back in the day.
Just a question.
Okay, so hold on. So what, you liked her username?
I've got that's what I want to know. Did you see a picture of her?
Incorrect. You can whisper them in the main window. You can talk.
Did you actually see her? A camera? A webcam
like on MSN, you had like a camera and stuff.
So you saw her before you knew
each
what she
other
looked
pictures.
like?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was
a
good few months before I decided, I'm going to go to Scotland.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe that.
So, you video chat, but video chat's okay because you can, providing it's her. Yeah, but you video chat her, you like the look of her, and then what made you pluck up the courage to fly all the way to Scotland?
I don't know, she just offered it, and I said...
You were that desperate.
At the time, I was like, sod it. I'm going to get to see Edinburgh Castle and stuff like that at the same time.
Like a day trip of it. Why not?
It's only an hour flight from Luton as well. It's not like taking a train and car.
Yeah.
It's just an hour. I was like, an hour. EasyJet. That was cheap. Get on the plane and go.
That is hilarious.
Did she come and meet you from the airport?
Yeah, she picked me up in her car and everything.
How old was she?
What was it? I must have been 20. She was around the same age, like 19, I think.
Yeah.
18,
Okay,
19,
so she was younger.
20.
And then what happened at the airport? Because this is the scary bit.
Yeah.
Do you shake her hand? Do you
Yeah,
go
what do
in
you
for
do? How do you greet each other?
a cheek kiss? Do you go for a hug, or do you go for a?
Yeah, it's weird when you meet someone for the first time. Like, she pulled up in the car. I didn't hold a sign up or anything. Like,
her username.
Dan's here.
It's Invader Zim.
Is that what your name was?
That wasn't what it was years ago, yeah.
What was it?
Invader Zim.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A little alien cartoon. Anyway, yeah, and then she recognised me. I was like, what car do you have? Obviously, get the car and the reg number. And I was like, hi, I'm here. She pulled up outside the airport and got in the car, and I was like, hi.
That was so awkward. I don't know.
And then, obviously, it was back in the day, so you had the hotel pre-booked.
Hotel.
And all that
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah.
Dan, did you have sex with her on the first night?
That's bad.
A bit.
Obviously.
You did, didn't you?
I might have done.
Oh my God. Did you stay another night?
Yeah, it was like, I stayed a couple of nights. It was like a weekend thing. This is years ago.
Yeah.
I hope my missus doesn't listen
Yeah,
to
this
this
is-
podcast.
This is 10
She's
years.
going to be like,
This is
what?
10 years ago, 11
This
years ago.
is well before, like, when I met the customer service centre people.
Yeah.
Before you, before
This is before.
this is when I was a bit of a loner, living at mum's, obviously.
On MSN, trying
On
to.
MSN.
Well, he wasn't that much of a loner because
No,
he
he was
flies
good.
up to Edinburgh to have sex with strange girls.
Doing crunches and then showing my 4-pack off on camera.
With that
Not anymore, though.
the low camera to sort of make it look like it's.
Now it's a dad bod, you know, the old thing.
Okay, so then,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you then had a lovely, very fun weekend and then flew home. Did you speak to her again?
Yeah, I met her a couple times and I stayed there New Year's Eve 1 year. What year was it? Oh, God, 2002 or something. And yeah, we just watched Edinburgh Castle's fireworks and stuff.
Oh, nice. See, that's an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was good to go there for New Year's and stuff, and good to see, like, the Scottish hate the English, by the way.
No, yeah, I can tell that.
I walked into a pub, and like, I was talking straight away, and the guy at the pub bar, must have been some local hard nut or something, and he was like, "Fee, fa, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." I was like, "Can we go now?" But he doesn't like me.
He just smelt you.
He just, like, smelt it. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's one of my
I didn't know.
stories.
Yeah, that's...
You haven't got any, though. Have you looked at anything online, by the way?
No.
Did you know, like, I'm going off on subject here, because...
That's how we roll.
Do you remember Chuckle Vision? Everyone knows Chuckle Vision.
Chuckle Chuckle Vision, Chuckle Vision.
Do you know what year that started?
Don't. It's going to be...
It started in 1987
Oh,
and ran to 2009.
I wasn't even born.
did it really? 2009. Oh,
Yes.
don't, Kev, you make me feel old.
It's one of the longest
87, I
running
wasn't born.
programmes in, like, the history of, like, CITV or whatever it was
That's
on.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
love that programme as well. It was brilliant.
It was good. Chuckle Brothers.
Yeah, they were like, "Bing!"
I listened to your podcast last week. It's very
Thank
good,
you.
guys.
Thank
and
you.
as I heard that you did a section on your favourite old TV adverts that you could remember. And so I was racking my brains thinking, what TV adverts can I remember? And I want to see if you can remember it.
Okay.
If I
you're
play
fair.
you. If I play
Oh,
you.
yeah, do it. I'm going to tell you mine while you're looking, yeah?
Go on then.
And I'm going to sing it.
Are you?
Do we have to guess what
I
it
don't
is?
think you'll remember it.
No, I really won't.
I remember it. I'll tell you what it is anyway. It was an old body form advert for ladies.
Shut up. Are you kidding me? That was mine.
Is it actually?
No.
Are you sure?
Okay,
It's like,
no. So it.
Wow,
Okay.
body form, yeah.
Okay.
Body form.
So mine was the original one was the Cadbury's Crunchy advert.
Oh, come on, Dan. I know this one.
The roller coaster one.
Yeah, the roller
Yes.
coaster. Yeah.
Oh, I'm alive. I was alive. Really.
Yeah, he was alive.
Yeah, I remember that one. That's why
Probably
I
not
want to find
doing
it for you.
body
Yeah,
form.
well, I'm so excited. Is that what it was?
Yes.
So excited.
Yeah, and I just can't hide it.
I
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
remember
the
that
one. Right, okay, this was it.
Playing. Just can't hide it.
I used to love that advert.
So
Yeah.
that, like, totally remembered that. And then that made me think of the body form one. Because I thought, oh, Crunchy sounds just like body form.
I don't remember the body form one.
No, that's old.
Oh, I'll
Is that
find that
old?
one for you now. Oh, this was way before your time. I
There
think.
was also Gillette, the best a man can get.
Yes.
I don't remember any adverts.
This is old school stuff, I tell you.
Okay, this is it. So the Crunchy one suddenly made
Yeah.
me think of this.
You know what? I can actually see it now.
It's literally like
The elite shape of body
Body form.
body form,
That was
baby.
it. But it
They
was-
should bring that out again. That's much better than the body form adverts now.
Yes, I can't believe. In
Yeah.
fact, a lot of the old adverts are like the Hovis one. I loved that one of the.
One I remember. Do you remember the BMBM one?
No,
Yeah.
what's that one?
Yeah, BMBM. And then
BMBM.
biscuits. Like,
Oh
what's the
yes.
ends? Is that what I remember?
I remember. Now they don't make it anymore, and I don't know why.
What?
Trio, trio. I want a trio.
and a.
So now,
Dude, what about Five Alive?
Five
Oh, the-
Alive. No, that's
Oh, the
Vitalite.
drink. The drink Five Alive.
Yeah,
How's it go?
I can't remember, but now I've got that Five Alive in my head. I feel like it's that.
Oh,
but
it's
not.
the Vitalite I'm thinking of. That's
Yes.
red Vitalite. You know, the sunshine though. Okay.
You know,
That was the butter.
I do
It's
remember
butter
that.
like spread,
Oh,
yeah.
so many.
There is old
crazy.
school ones, yeah.
Can't believe we had the same advert, Dan.
Body form, that's good thinking.
That-
But it's very
yeah.
weird that, yes, it is good thinking, but it's weird that you thought of body form.
Yeah, that's what when he first said that, I'm like, I've never ever heard of that
It just came
advert.
to me. I was like, I remember that song, and I was younger. I was like, what?
And then I was like, why are you singing about body form?
Because it was so loud in like the 90s, and it was like channels 1 to 4, and that was like the only thing that was on.
Oh.
I'm gonna jump into something else now. What else is it?
We've done
I'll do
such-
my classic film of the week. Yeah,
films. You must
Okay.
watch.
Yeah.
Films. I know what Amy's is because she's told me already.
Oh.
But you can tell everyone anyway.
Let's pretend you don't know what mine is.
I don't know what
Yeah,
it is.
go on.
He hasn't told me.
So my favourite film is, and you're going to think that, oh, duh, why should you go for that one? But there's a reason. So my favourite film is Black Beauty. But it's the 1996 version of Black Beauty. So it's a lady, what was her name? Caroline Thompson. And she basically directed a new version of Anna Sewell's book version of Black Beauty. And it's when the horse speaks. It's like, it's from the horse's point of view. And it's basically about, if you haven't seen it, it's actually really clever. It's not just about horses and love. It's the horse is abused, really badly abused. And it's its life from his point of view. And I find it fascinating. And I just found out today that they're bringing out a 2015 version of Black Beauty,
Oh, are they?
which is a whole, because there's been like 4 films of it.
Yeah, there was one recently, wasn't there?
That was, yes.
Are you talking
they-
about? That's not War Horse, is it?
No, Black Beauty. There was another one they did.
There was
recently.
another one. They've
Yeah.
made another one in, I think it was 2009 or something. The one that I love is my favourite one is the 1996.
Yeah.
That's not the original. The original
it's
is
not?
there's like a 1979 version. Yeah, there's quite a few. But each one is very different. So this one in 2015 is going to be different too, and it's not from the horse's point of view. But the other reason why I love Black Beauty so much is because I was lucky enough to meet the horse trainer.
Oh wow!
Oh,
And
that's
the
cool.
horse trainer of Black Beauty, and he is the Hollywood horse trainer. So there was a film that came out January, I think it might have been January last year, actually, 2014, called A Winter's Tale.
Yeah.
Don't you ever heard about that? So
seen it.
his horses are used in that, and the fascination that I get from it is how the horses work on screen, and you know their relationship with their horse trainer and how they get them to do
Really
the
well
things
trained,
that they do.
aren't they, as well? Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
want to do it. So yeah. That's my classic film. What's yours?
Kev, you can go first.
Oh, you go first. 'Cause I need to
Me.
think.
Mine's pretty. Well, it's not crap. It's not really a classic. Well, it is a classic. And it's not.
So that's your favourite film of all time?
That's
Oh,
that's my favourite classic film
But-
because I'd say it was a classic.
Yeah.
Would you say there was any other classic film that you like? I know that's your all-time favourite.
Yeah, because
Is there something else maybe like it's like up there, but a classic for you?
I'll tell you a film that I always think of. It's quite old, so it could be a classic
Go on.
now. So you know the film Titanic.
yeah.
Well, when I went to watch Titanic, I must have been the only person in the cinema that didn't know the ending. I didn't know that the ship sunk.
Oh, what?
Have you?
Yeah.
This is history, you know.
Yeah. Know
Yeah,
that.
but I didn't learn that at school.
We learned that.
Did
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, I knew that the Titanic sunk at the end.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know
the
that.
film was still bloody good though.
Well, it was. I cried for days because I was like, "Well, I couldn't believe that they all died." Yeah.
I remember watching it. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that was a real thing.
I wouldn't say it's my favourite classic film, but it's just I do think of that one a lot because I
It's a
think
good-
it
it's a good film.
traumatized me.
It's a good film.
Yeah. So what? I don't know. What would you consider a classic film to be?
I'm gonna just say mine.
Go then.
Wild Wild West.
Oh, okay.
Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. Yeah.
I've seen it. It's very good.
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
That's
Very-
brilliant.
Oh, and another one, Death Proof.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
How good is that? Another
That's,
one of my favourite songs is in.
Kirk Douglas, isn't it? In Death Proof.
Yeah, is he? Who's? I can never remember the director's
Oh, no.
name. Who's
Quentin
the
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, awesome. Another favourite song of mine's in that one actually. No, I'm not going to sing it. Down in Mexico. Do you know that one?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I'll tell you what's a good film as well.
Yeah.
I bet you must have seen it. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah. Everyone's
Yeah.
seen that.
Uh-oh.
Have you not seen it?
Name one.
Have you seen it?
I might have done.
George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino in it,
Yeah.
isn't it?
No, I
And
haven't
funny-
seen it.
Oh my god, please watch
Funny
it.
enough,
I'm not going to give
he
it away.
actually didn't direct that either.
No, he just
He wrote it.
yeah, wrote it.
Yeah.
Who did?
Quentin
Quentin, he didn't
Tarantino.
Oh,
actually-
yeah, he writes
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. He
But
didn't-
yeah, My
Okay.
Wild Wild West's pretty good.
This is
Well,
Go on, play it.
this is from
Oh, yeah.
Death Brief. Oh,
Yeah.
you know this song?
Yeah, I've heard it. Most of the film.
Dan, you haven't, have you?
no.
Wait
Have
for
you seen
it.
the
Wait.
film?
She does a striptease.
Yeah. It's a very good shit as well.
Oh yeah, I think
You must know it. Go.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
gonna.
look like
actually
you've been
strip.
practicing stripping
Yes.
there. No.
Oh yes.
That's when the four girls beat him up, isn't it? At the end,
Yes.
like they're chasing a massive long car chase,
Mm-hmm.
and then they kick the shit out of him at the end.
Yeah. What's your classic? Yeah,
No, I'm still trying to think. Right, so I'll start with my all-time favourite,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and that's Mrs. Doubtfire for me.
Mm.
Is it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but
No, that's a great film.
It's an
Ever
amazing
since-
film.
I can't believe
just
he's gone
because
now. He's a
Robin
great
Williams
actor.
is a legend, and he was always my favourite actor.
Mhm.
And that film, I don't know, when I was younger, like, I just used to watch it every day, like, religiously every day, and it just stuck with me. And even now, I can watch it quite happily. But even now, more so because he's gone, it's just even more poignant now to watch it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of mine. That's one of my all-time favourites.
Robin Williams, I think, is one of the few actors that will always live on because his
Yeah.
work was so diverse and he was so talented, and I think he touched so many people's hearts that it doesn't feel like he's gone.
No,
That was a
doesn't.
sad day for us on the radio station when he died.
yeah.
That was really sad.
I was at my friend's house and we were just watching the news, and it came on, and like we didn't actually believe it was real. It just said like Robin Williams Day ? And there was all this speculation and people talking about it, and it was quite late. It was like at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. It was quite late where it happened, and yeah, and then it was confirmed. It was like, wow, it's such a shock.
Yeah, I couldn't
Out of
believe
all
it.
the actors, that one actually brought me a tear to my eye, just because when I was younger, all of his films are all from my childhood, and even now, as when I eventually have kids, I really want them to watch
Oh,
all of
definitely.
his films as well, because they live on. That's just like Michael Jackson's songs, you know, they don't age.
No.
They just don't, and he won't. His
But
films don't.
Jumanji.
Yeah,
There's
and
loads.
about Jumanji,
Yeah.
which is what we said in the I don't know if you listened to the last podcast. They're remaking that, which I think is
Oh, are they?
it's not a good thing.
No?
Some of the reboots we hate.
You can't
and we sort
remake
of rant about it.
Jumanji.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's
No,
like
I
the
know.
Ghostbusters bloody remake. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
It's never the same second time round.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what is the most recent film that you've seen?
Oh god, you
I've
go to
seen
cinema
loads.
all the time.
I go like every day.
Okay, just one. Pick one. Your
So the last
favourite.
one I saw was a film called The Gift.
Oh, is it scary?
It's a thriller.
Oh, I don't. Oh, thriller. That's okay,
Yeah.
but as long as it's not a horror.
The trailer looks like it's a horror, but it's not. So it is a thriller. Basically, I don't know if Jason Bateman. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's him, and it's quite interesting because he's known for comedy. So it's him and his girlfriend. They moved out recently. They come across Joel Edgerton, who plays a guy he used to know from school, and he starts following and sending them gifts in their new house and saying like, this is thanks for when we were friends. Like, do you remember what happened? And do you know who I am? Sort of thing. He starts sending them gifts and turn up to their house quite often, and then like being invited in, and then it sort of transpires that something happened between Jason Bateman's character and his character, and it's kind of like, oh my god, that's a bit out of order. And then
What happened?
I don't want to say.
Okay, well, spoiler alert. Switch off. Just put it on silent for a minute because I want to know what happened. I'm not going to watch it. It's going to freak me out.
Yeah, go on. You might
Okay,
as well
right,
tell me,
spoiler.
even though I'm
Okay.
one-
So basically, when they were younger, there was an incident that happened at school where Jason Bateman's character saw this other guy being molested by other
Oh my
kids.
god.
And
Okay.
he told the school, and basically his kid's life was ruined because of it. He got moved school, he had to send to boarding school. His dad beat him up because of it. And
Okay,
it's
don't tell me
saved him.
anymore. Don't tell me
Yeah.
because now I want to watch it.
yeah,
Go.
Okay, we're
But-
back.
There's more to it
Yeah,
than
we're
that.
back.
But yeah,
We're back. If you
Wow.
paused it, like, 2
there's
minutes,
more to it
kind
than
of
that.
fast
But I
forward.
really enjoyed it. I thought it was really.
See, that's not as much of a horror as I thought it was going to be.
No, it's
So now that it's not a horror, it's more like a psychological thriller. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
And Jason Bateman's character really develops, and there's things that you start to think he's maybe not as good as he first appears as well. So it's really good.
And Dan, what's the latest? Well, I bet you haven't got time to watch movies, really. You know, fitting
No,
in the
it's-
kids and the PlayStation and your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's all a bit up in the air for me. I think, what did I watch last? It's probably TV programs. No, I don't want TV programs. It must have been Maggie.
Maggie,
What's Maggie?
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Maggie.
zombie.
Yeah, it's a zombie sort of
Zombie
film.
Oh, okay.
But it's about his daughter, who's got the virus, and he's basically defending her. It's a completely different role for Schwarzenegger, and I thought,
Does he say?
Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Does he say his famous line?
What, like, I'll be back?
Yeah, he has to. Yeah.
No, there's no famous lines.
What
in
if he
that.
goes like if just off to the shops to get some milk? I'll be back.
Maybe it's I'll be back.
I watched one
in a
that
minute.
you guys would really enjoy. I think it's called The Lone Survivor.
I've seen it.
Have you?
So good.
How good? The Lone Survivor is based on a true story.
Yeah,
It is about a real story.
Yeah. How
And
crazy is that? What happens?
it's about the American SEALs.
Yeah.
So have you seen it, Dan?
No.
Oh, you'd love it. I think you'd
So
really
good.
enjoy it.
I'm film
Really
deprived. Hang on a minute though. You're film deprived a little bit as well, because I tell you to watch 80s stuff and 90s stuff that I've seen. You haven't even seen the Michael Jackson Moonwalker the movie.
No, I
He
haven't.
turns into a robot.
I wasn't
man.
born.
And
Well,
the car.
I highly recommend this
Yeah,
one. It's
we
intense.
watched that. It was on Now TV. We just put it on. And,
Oh, it's so good.
yeah,
So it's called Lone Survivor, and
it's brilliant.
unbelievable. I can't recommend it enough. It's full on, like all the way through. I was
Yeah.
thinking it's gonna be okay now. It's gonna be okay,
Stop,
and you're
does
like,
it?
oh my god, no. Yeah.
As soon as it starts, like it literally doesn't stop until the end. And I was like, they're taking a battering neck.
Yeah, I think because I haven't got an unlimited card like you have. You go to Cineworld whenever you want to.
Yeah.
I just watch films that I've already got, or I look on like Film 4 or something, or Sky
Netflix.
Movies.
Have you got Netflix?
Yeah, that.
No, this one was just on Sky Catch Up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
I'm not sure how new it is, but I don't really have that much time to watch movies, but I try every now and again just to chill out and spend a couple of hours watching one. Well, guys, this has been so much fun.
Yeah, so
It's flown by.
It's
How long
just
have we recorded? Our longest ever podcast. So
Yeah,
thank you.
thank
We
you.
could talk forever. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
good.
me on. I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Yes.
It's been good. We're about to get you back on again, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Only if Amy wants to,
Yeah.
of course.
I'd love to.
Yeah, Twitter handles, everybody.
I'm getting cramp in my leg.
Getting cramp in your leg. I'm getting cramp in my leg. Yeah, follow us at the Something Pod, capital T, capital S, capital P. My individual one for Dan is at DanMan5K. If you want to follow me
That's
randomly.
also his MSN handle.
No, it's not.
It is now.
It was. No. I don't know what it was actually. Can't remember. Kev,
And mine is at Cyril Kevbo and
Amy.
Mine's at Amy Stevenson 1, and you can also follow Amy's Bubble as well. If you go to Acast or iTunes, then just search Amy's Bubble.
Yeah, I think
Thanks.
you get quite a few new
Yeah.
followers out of that as
Thank
well.
Definitely.
you so much for having me. I've really
Thanks for
enjoyed
being
it.
the guest.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
coming
you
on.
for coming on so much.
It's been really good fun,
And
actually.
we'll
I've really
speak to you
enjoyed
again
it.
soon.
Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks all for listening. Bye.